All right, welcome to the Advanced to the Castle Age Art of War tutorial here. Our goal is to train a total of 27 villagers, build 2 houses, advance to the Castle Age. There's a couple other things you can go off of hints if you would like. We are just going to follow the objectives and complete them as they come up. Queue up the vills, grab these two, build a house, grab that one, build a house. Let's grab the starting scout and get them to get those 4 deer. We want to bring one of the sheep underneath the TC so that we can harvest it. So grab all our villas, start to harvest the sheep. I like to have one sheep stay, and you can scout with the other sheep if you would like, and then I always have them come back to the TC. Just in case I forget to check in on them again, they'll come to the CC. We want to scout in a circular fashion so we can find all of our additional resources and find our wood lines, our deer, and our boars. So once we have 6 harvesting, that'll be enough to keep our TC busy. So we'll send the next couple to the wood line here, where they can build a lumber camp, and we can maintain our production of wood. See, these sheep just arrived just in time to keep harvesting them. We don't want to run out of food because we want to keep them busy. Sometimes if you have a lot of sheep, you can just line them up in an order, and they'll eat one at a time. Sometimes they get a little hung up and they might eat from 2 or 3 at a time, which is unfortunate, and we don't really want that because of the wasted food. But it happens. Really no big deal. Unless you're pro level and you need that additional food. Sometimes too, if you'd like, to stop that, you can select the ones that are harvesting, shift, right click, and they'll go in that order. They're queued up. So they harvest from that one, and they'll go there and there. They have 4 on wood. So the next thing they want is another additional house and another boar, it looks like. We found our sheep, so we're going to go over there and get our sheep, and then we're going to come back and lure some deer as well. Gonna lure this this boar. Wait a split second. And start luring it. Let's go back and lure some deer here. We want to grab 6. TC with T. Shoot twice. Then T again. And G to get out. We want to force drop off, because sometimes it takes longer for the villas to store up enough food to drop off, enough food to keep the TC going. So sometimes periodically you might have to force drop off, which you just select the villas that you want to be force dropped off, and then you hit A, which is the drop off key. And they'll drop off automatically, and then they'll go right back to work, which is very effective and a good tool to learn if you're in need. Could have lured that a little bit closer, but we're just going to do that. It wants us to do some foragers here. Since we're luring deer, we don't need as many on berries because we're getting food from a different source. We also would have wanted to lure this boar when this boar gets to 150 food left. Otherwise, there's going to be a little bit of a delay, and they're not going to have enough work to do while I'm luring this. Which is unfortunate, but we'll keep them busy harvesting some of this sheep. Even though there'll be an additional decay, it'll be okay. You want 6, shoot twice, E, G. And your hotkeys might be different, so it all depends on your familiarity with your own keyboard. It does want a lot more on wood, so we'll just do that. And it doesn't have the age up button, otherwise we could have done that already. These guys are going to go to the sheep. I don't want that. We're going to send them to wood. It wants us to have a lot on wood. Normally you wouldn't go that many on wood, But for this tutorial, we're going to. Another house, just to make sure that production stays up. And I want to balance this out to get these check marks out of the way so that the system is happy with us. My own build would be a little bit different than this. So depending on what you're going to go, you just realize that you're going to have to adapt your build to suit that. We don't want them to be not busy, so we'll task them with that. It says we have one too many on wood, so we're going to correct that. It says to send the next 3 to mining. It does want us to research loom as well. And these guys are going to go to farms once we're done here. We're going to lure this this deer here, and they're going to eat from it. And when I say eat, just gather. Now we have the age up, so we're going to age up here. We are floating a lot of wood, and I wouldn't have necessarily liked floating this amount of wood, so I would have tasked more villas with not being on wood. So we're going to do farms here. How I did that so fast was I just held up a farm, so you can go, so there's A, and then, no, it's Q, then A, load up a farm. And then you shift click over, and they'll place farms automatically. So shift click, and you click it on your TC or your mill, and it will plant. So, but we have way too much on wood here. Way too much wood. So we're gonna harvest some food there. It says that you need 325 food, 325 resources, wood to go up. So we're just gonna do that. So if you keep maintaining the same amount of lumberjacks that they want you to have, you still would have a surplus of wood if you're doing this fast upgraded build here. Wants us to create 2 villas while we're in this state. And we have enough that we can research the double bed axe. We'd always want the double bed axe. And we're just going to make this last villa here, and then we're going to age up and get that gold medal. So that's one way of doing it. We didn't follow the build exactly as it required, so we changed it a little bit. With that, we did end up with a lot of wood. You could have used that wood if you're going to do like a feudal aggression. So instead of doing the marketplace, we would have done like a barracks and then stable or archery range. So we would have foregone the marketplace. We would have probably kept the blacksmith there so that we could get those upgrades going. For a feudal age army. Sometimes we sacrifice the blacksmith and we focus more on the military production. So we would go 2 stable or 2 archery ranges. It really depends on how you're strategizing your approach towards your enemy. But that is one way that we secured the gold in this tutorial. On to the next.